sure everything Gucci. Just make sure everything Gucci. Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes though. She like, ooh la la, we go. Ooh la la, we like, ooh la la, we go. Ooh la la, we okay. Ooh la la, we on the Friday. Ooh la la, Friday night that is. Ooh la la, ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop out of the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovich TV. That's my show. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question to you is, where you been? Over here on this side, we deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes, Popovisms 101, and motivation. I definitely got mine in today. So if that sound like something you can rock with, then before you exit and hit stage left, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, and smash that notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking. But you know how I do. You know how I start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. And clearly, we is in the end game. You know why we in the end game? We in the end game because that Minnesota and Memphis game was super fire. Just like a lot of their games. They had a lot of good games. Hold on, let me make sure this audio is popping 10 real quick. Hold on. Let's make sure we good. Oh, yeah, we good. Sound like we good. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, it sound like we good. And it went down to the wire. And so we're going to start with that first because, you know, on the show over here, we deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, like I just said. And in the first round, I think, when did the playoffs start? Like maybe 10 days ago now? Yeah, something like that. So I did my little bracket, you know what I mean? My version of the March Madness bracket, but it's the NBA bracket. And we're going to check some of these teams off. And I might have to, you know what I mean, reverse it like Stephen A. list is fluent as far as the picks, but I'm not going to deviate too much. At least I don't think I am. I don't think I'm going to deviate too much. So Miami over Atlanta, we had that right. That's a check off. That's a check. I'll check that off. Toronto over Philly, that was a bad pick. And not only was it a bad pick, but I thought they was going to fake make it a game 7 and, like, dare I say, come back and make me look like I know what I'm talking about. And they got smacked by 30. Not 10, not 11, not 20, not 23, not 27. They got whipped by 30, like, psh, 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 psh. But in the process, like, oh, trust the process. Joel Embiid, trust the process. And just for, you know, transparency, I haven't been watching the games because it's Ramadan. I've been in the mosque. I've been out, you know what I mean, at nighttime doing other stuff, been coming to talk to the people. And so I haven't been betting. I haven't been doing none of that. And sports is just not as, it's just not as fun, to keep it a buck. Any gamblers out there, then you know what I'm talking about. And that's just what it is. It's not that fun. But in the process of winning by 30, Doc Rivers, 4 minutes left, up by like 20 something at that point, kept Joel Embiid in the game. Oh, he was still in the game. And Siakam with the, you know what I mean, with the Euro, pow, right in the face and like bust that eye open. And I seen the highlights, so, you know, when the game was pretty much over and B had dunked the ball and he was kissing to the crowd and doing a couple other things and, you know, like doing this, like where's the noise at from the crowd. I didn't see his eye busted open, you know what I mean? But now, allegedly, maybe kind of sort of, they're saying that he bust his orbital eye open. I think it was like 2 years ago in the playoffs, something like that happened again. And he had to get surgery, and pretty much he was out. Now they're saying he's out indefinitely, but I still think he's going to play in the Miami series. Will it matter? No, I don't think it's going to matter. Not to shit on Joel Embiid. He's going to probably win the scoring. He obviously won the scoring, so he might win the MVP. So this was a wrong. Boston was all the way right. Is Brooklyn in here tonight? Like, nah, they out of here. Not only is they out of here, but since they've been out of here, Kyrie been throwing up a lot of, I want to say, cryptic, decoded, you know, Da Vinci Code messages on Twitter. The Black Twitter went crazy. And y'all know Black Twitter's the, you know, that's the gift that keeps on giving. But kind of taking shots, we know subliminally, even though not really subliminally, because he's like, I ain't really going to take shots at the puppets. This is for the puppet masters, the people pulling the strings. And then, you know, SAS, you know, Stephen A. Smith, that is, some say Stephen A. Smith, came and responded on Stephen's world. Came kind of hard, though. I ain't going to front. Some of the stuff he was saying was accurate about Kyrie not showing up, and when you look at how many games he took off. But anyway, Boston, he was right about that. I didn't think they was going to sweep Brooklyn. I did not think they was going to sweep Brooklyn. And Milwaukee, did they 1-2s? Let me look at this real quick. Did they 1-2s? So when the East is in the house, oh my God, we only had one loss, and that was Toronto. Swing to the West now, because when that game was going on, I still didn't know who was going to win, but it ended up being the Pelicans. But we had the Suns, and they won 4-2? Had the Suns, right? Let's put a check by that. Dallas over Utah, Donovan Mitchell. He might come to the Knicks, like, is New York in the house? Is Brooklyn in the house? Uptown and like he from New York. He just from, I think he from upstate New York. Nonetheless, we still claiming that that's New York. It's not New York City, but he's still New Yorker. Like he's still New York. Anything New York, we claiming. Buffalo, all that shit. Peekskill, Plattsburgh, Adirondacks, anything New York, we rocking with you. At least I'm rocking with you. And so he might come to the Knicks. That might be crazy to have him, R.J. Barrett, and they saying Zion, but I don't think Zion's going to get to the Knicks. But Dallas, they came and they prevailed. Brunson had a great series, and you gotta remember that Luka didn't even play in the first 2 games. He sat out, and they still won, and they got him up out of here. I mean, it's not really no upset because they actually was the number 4 seed and number 5, so. We had Utah winning, and that was wrong right there. So Dallas is in the building. Golden State we had over Denver. Jokic, he might win MVP too, but without Porter, without Murray, they just didn't have enough firepower. Who they got? Dunk contest man, Gordon. Yeah, Gordon something. Gordon. He's good. He's a good complimentary player. But not like a number 2 to take it over the top. You know what I mean? I guess that's why they didn't give him the dunk contest, even though his dunk sideways was super crazy. Never seen nothing like that. And obviously we had Memphis. They had a little fake scare, but they still ended up winning 4-2. I was going to maybe change some things, but I think not. Oh, Middleton is hurt. We had Milwaukee, but Middleton is hurt. I think that's really going to change the series. But I'm still going to give it to Giannis and them. I'm still going to give it to Giannis. Boston, you got to prove it to me. Who else? I had Memphis. Beating Golden State. I know a lot of people going to take Golden State. But I'm still going to take Memphis. And I'm still going to have Phoenix over Milwaukee. Now that we got that out the way. Let's move on to some other shit. When the East is in the house, oh my God, danger. Real more quick on the sports too. We had the draft yesterday, NFL draft. You know what I mean? My Giants got a couple of good picks in the first round. Jets look good on paper. Maybe kind of sort of. We got to see if these people can live up. But what I like about the draft when it's the NBA, obviously when it's the NFL or, you know, just WNBA, even though I don't watch it. You know what I mean? And they don't get paid as much as the NBA. But, you know, like I said in another video, in a few videos actually, you know, in today's time that we live in, you know, but you black or you of the minority, so to speak, you know what I mean? Even though we got the melanin in us, so we're really not the minority, if you ask me. And even though we try to claim everybody, or, oh, but you black, you love to see, you know, people put their hard work in, you know what I mean, on the field, on track, swimming, whatever they doing, and then make it to the pros, and then become instant millionaires. Even like who I was talking to, Gray was like, even the last person is a millionaire for the NFL. Now, NFL is a little tricky because it's, you know, only partial of the money is guaranteed, unlike the NFL, and I mean, unlike NBA and Major League Baseball, them contracts is guaranteed. Oh, my wrist hurt today. You still getting them chicken dinners. Like you a winner just by mere fact of making the loan, getting the contract, signing on the dotted line, and that money is guaranteed. That's another reason why Stephen A was like getting on Kyrie. Like you done got your millions and you sit out 6 months of the year, and even in during the season you sat out. But part of that, Stephen A, that was the Brooklyn Nets. They was on that, yo, we don't want a part-time player. If they would have had him playing in the beginning, away games might have turned out a little different. We'll talk about Kyrie maybe down the line. You know what I mean? But you love to see the, you know, the young brothers and sisters that make it to whatever profession to the pros, and then instantly change the dynamic of their family. And a lot is on their shoulders, you know, and heavy is the head that wears the crown. So if you're one of those people to break the generational curse, you know what I mean, as far as finances in your family, then, you know, all praises due. You did a good thing, and moving forward now, your family could possibly be set for future generations, especially if you get with the right people. They know how to invest. They know where to put the money at. They don't just blow all the money on Lamborghinis and nice fat rope gold chains. A lot of the outfits was dope yesterday. Brothers was clean, you know what I mean? And you love to see that part. I won't act like I'm a aficionado when it comes to like the draft and who these players are. You know what I mean? Like, I don't follow the college football. Now, when the playoffs come, and may take a little peek, score watch, but like who's the best quarterback, who's the best running back, who's the best cornerback and defensive end and all that, I have no idea. I just hope that the Giants got 2 good players in the first round, which the experts are saying that they did, and the Jets, and that we could be good in the future. Now let's move on. Let's talk about this Dwayne Wade, like Flash Gordon, like Wade County. Because he was on, what is it, I Am an Athlete podcast. And he said a lot of interesting things, to say the least. And I just did a video on Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union. You can hit the bat line if you want. I'm available. I'm just playing, but I'm not. Talking about they parenting, and are they leading the brave new world like the mutants? You know what I mean? Are they leading us to the promised land? Or are they the worst fucking parents in America? Like, or coming in second place, like close second, maybe third, fourth, top 5, like Karis once said. I'm not saying I'm number 1. Oh, sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like close top 5, maybe, kind of, sort of. And I gave my opinion. I won't go into a whole, rant on they being the worst parents in the world. I think they made a lot of bad decisions. And who am I? I ain't got no kids, right? Even though I help raise a few. And they not doing this bubblegum shit that they got their child doing. But what I was saying is that what I would have liked to see him do as the man, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people tend to think Gabrielle was wearing the pants in the house, and she might very well be. Like, deliver us from evil. Maybe that's not just a character in the movies. Maybe she really like that. See her at the game getting real, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Or overzealous and riling the crowd up, and Bill O'Reilly, you only riling me up. And that's you, Gabrielle. And that's you. I would have really liked to see Dwayne Wade as a man. Also, like I said, even though I have no biological, I still help raise, some kids. I would have liked to see him shield his son. And that's pretty much what I was saying in that video. Like, grab your nuts. Don't let them exploit your child. Give your child a chance to grow and develop, get his own mind, and then if he want to come out in his own way, then he'll come out in his own way, like Ghost and Ray on the Purple Tape. Classic album, by the way. You know what I mean? Shark biting niggas. You're going to come out in your own way. But instead, 14, you know what I mean? And even before 14, let him do a lot of bubblegum shit. And the most recent was on Easter, the video I did with him tongue kissing, you know, the white girl. You know what I mean? So now he comes out on the I Am an Athlete or whatever the shit is. I thought it was No Pivot podcast, but it was not. And it was with Ryan Clark. And pretty much he said as a child, you know, he got sisters and stuff, that he liked to put their dresses on and dress up. He wore their shoes or, you know, their heels and stuff, and even put makeup on. And so that when, you know, his son was, I guess, showing signs, maybe kind of allegedly going towards what he's going towards now, he just thought it was a phase and whatever. And, you know, when he said those words out of his mouth, you could see the hostess of the mostest, people on the show just was like, who's what's the other guy? My guy. He always talk about mental health. I was about to say Marshawn Lynch, but it's not Marshawn Lynch. It's Marshawn, but it's something. The wide receiver for the Broncos. I can't think of his name right now. But you see with the dreads just sitting back looking like, Then the other guy, and they all was like kind of looking with the side eye, like, are you dead ass coming on our podcast? And I get it. Meaning like I'm all for full transparency, like Pop of his TV. We live, we rolling, and we full transparency with nothing to hide when we come to dealing with topics and issues on the show. And then anything that I want to keep private in my private life, then I won't get up here and I won't divulge it. I won't talk about it. And if I'm out getting an interview or you see me on flowing through these YouTube streets, running through these YouTube alleyways and they should have never soon come on these other podcasts, I'll just be like, nah, that's not no questions I'm going to answer. Definitely not trying to get nobody knocked. Definitely not trying to solve no crimes that's unsolved. And definitely don't want to incriminate myself on something that, you know what I mean? Yeah, that part. But other than that, we can talk about it. So I dig and I love the transparency. And dare I say, I remember trying to put my mom's joints on when she came in and just falling over. Just a small kid, not really liking it, just wondering how she was doing it, falling all over, picking them up. But he was like, he liked it and he loved it, and, you know, putting makeup on and the dresses, and they ain't doing all that. You know what I mean? And I just said, damn. And now people are coming out because, you know, he on there with Shaq, who I just did a video about, talking about he wants his daughters to get with guys that they respect, that they like, but they can control. Up there with Parker. First you had her extra, now you're not. Got the baby with the white joint. And, you know, this is examples and the people that's in prominent positions. And, you know, I can say I'll say for the most, a lot of the masses do look up to, do follow, because they set the trends, and, you know, they the elite, or they in the public eye, I'll say. Not really the elite. Some of them are. And then Wade, you know what I mean? Dwayne Wade up there now, and got the shirts and wear a lot of the pink. And, you know, I got a pink Yankee hat, a couple of shit that I think is fly. Nothing wrong with that. Cam, shouts to Cam, right? Harlem stand up. But people has been questioning. Like, he looking a little zesty, and he looking a little, you know what I mean? And some of it's just trolling because people want to project, etc. But when you come out and you say, damn, this nigga really trying to beat Will Smith out here in these streets, looking crazy, shit crazy. And so again, I can respect and appreciate the transparency. But again, you a whole grown man now. You got boys you raising here in America, and this is America. Don't catch you slipping. Like, soon as when you slip, they're going to catch you, or they're going to make you fall for the banana and tailpipe. And that's the Ogie dope, right? Eddie Murphy, Beverly Hills. You fell for the banana and the tailpipe. Or maybe we just so want to be politically correct and accepted, and we don't want people to cancel us. So I feel like, you know, when you got Brad, and he's a millionaire, you know what I mean? A few times over, you got part of the Utah Jazz who lost, you know what I mean? And, you know, I'm sure you got other ventures, just like Shaq and a lot of these people. You know what I mean? The Kyries, they got bread. So they're not really like the regular like us. So if you just starting out, or you trying to, you know, speak truth to power and power to the people, you might get shut down by certain communities, or maybe women don't like how you coming at them. Cam Newton still apologizing for the shit he said. Like, you don't know when to be quiet and just, you know what I mean, let a man lead. Got a lot of people riled up, a lot of women, that is. We let you lead, all y'all do is the BBL. You just see Shorty in the news. Condolences to her family. Went to DR after having, what is it called, gastric bypass surgery. Couple of months later, you in DR thinking you're going to be hot girl summer, and now it's a dead summer for you. Like, real unfortunate. 2-year-old child, where's mommy? Crazy, crazy. That story is crazy, but it happens all the time. When you let certain people lead, and oh, we men and we like the Manosphere highlights. We men and we, and that's why I plainly say that, and I say I'm playing, but I'm not. When you let certain people lead, this is what happens. When you afraid to get canceled, but you got the bag already, you should never be afraid to be canceled when you got the bag. I cancel what? I'm rich, bitch. I'm big fish. Now, again, I'm not saying the people that don't got it like me. I'm Brokington. I'm Brokington. You know what I mean? Sprinkle some dirt on there, moist dessert. Yeah, I can get canceled. I'm still going to speak my mind. Make no mistake about it. Like, cancel what? Like, I'm still going to, you don't like it, go that way. Like, loser, big pun reference, go that way. But I've claimed to understand the people that do make it, that do have, what they're going to say, you can't come to their little functions and their little fadangles. You're not invited to the ball no more, the gala or whatever it is. Fuck that shit. Don't let them niggas play you, and don't let them play you out of pocket and exploit your son like that. And that's what it really boils down to. If you want to do that as a grown man, you want to be bi, you want to be into, trans or whatever you want to be into, you could do it. Especially if it's behind closed doors. You're not hurting kids. You're not forcing nobody. You're not trafficking. You know what I mean? You're not nothing like that. Then do you. Do what you want behind it. It's a whole category. Hundreds of categories of perverted porn shit. And obviously these categories exist because people are into it. Somebody somewhere is into some shit that you may look at with the side eye like, oh, you know what I mean? Like Big and funny skit on his album when he was like, the bitch wanted me to shit on her, and I forget what he called it, but it's a word for that. And it was like whoever he was talking to, the fella, I forget what song it was. Damn it. Usually have it on, you know what I mean, up here, off the rip. And they're like, what you did? And he like, I shitted on her. And then after that, I bounced. Like, what am I going to do after I shit on you? You going to go wash it off and then we going to continue to do what we do? I bounce. Now, I'm not into that, but it is people into that. You know what I mean? So again, whatever you do behind your closed doors, more power to you. But the thing is, you're grown and you have that, you have that right to do what you want. Your child don't. Child don't know if he's being exploited or not. Don't know that it's political agendas and shit happening behind the scenes and niggas on that back line that control shit and move shit around. Have no idea. You know what I mean? He barely got an idea. They think they empowering and Disney and all this other stuff, and it's like you really just ruin them, because what if it comes out, like I done said on here, I know people that's one way, then they heterosexual, then they bi, then it is, then the next week, and it's like, oh, that was just a phase. And you hear a lot of women is into that too when they go to college and they experiment and they try. And then I seen another clip on the other channel, and one of these women had the audacity to say that all women is bi. I'm like, they're just gonna make all of us be a part of this shit. Like, what you mean all women is bi? And whether she's basing that off her own experiences in college, even though I don't think she went to college, she probably like me got her GED. You know what I mean? She ain't educated. She definitely ain't got no PhD talking that bullshit and that rhetoric. But she was saying that, and she was speaking passion, like she was speaking passionately, like, nah, all these bitches is lesbian. I mean, it's bi. They want experiments and they bi curious, etc. And I say, damn, maybe women in the strip club, they got to be around that all the time. Maybe women in porn because you get paid to perform and act, right? You get paid to act. Maybe women that's in the street walking and those type of things. But to say all women is obviously, now that's more than stereotyping. You just putting a large umbrella over everybody. And that shit is simply just not true. And that's you, Miss Liar. You know what I mean? And that's you. It's not all women. But again, they try to push that like, oh, all women. I mean, why would you even make a statement like that? It's like saying all men is bi or whatever. But I get maybe because women, like I said, when you're in college, you kiss the girl, you do stuff, and you experiment, you what's the name. But then down the line, that's not you. And that's not you. And you be like, damn, I remember when she was a teen, she was into women, but now she a whole grown woman. Is she not? Maybe she suppressed it, who knows? But again, when you're an adult, you can choose for yourself. When you're a child, yeah, if I'm Christian, then no, you're going to be Christian too. That's just what it is. If I'm vegan in my house, my child, you're going to be vegan. You know what I mean? You're not going to eat meat, and you're not going to do certain things because this is my house. These are my rules. When you get too big for your britches, the door is that way. I'm going to give you some counsel, going to give you some sincere advice, And then you out of here. And then like the KRS went right. Do you ever think about when you out of here? Your record deal, video, living under my roof, you out of here. You're not disrespecting me and you're not going against what I believe in this house. Now, when you get older and you pay some bills and you know what I mean, you can take care of yourself, then you can do whatever you want, like Eddie Murphy. Whatever you like, like whatever you like, that's you. But while you're here, this is my way or it's the highway. And so when I'm saying that, I say, oh, people may in the back may be like, oh, well, you suppressing. He want to be gay. He want to be trans. All right, well, you do that on your own time. Like right now, that's not what we're doing, especially when you're so young and you're impressionable. And I give the example of watching Bruce Lee, as soon as when the movie over, you want to kick the shit out of somebody. When you see Iron Man and Tony Stark, you want to, you know what I mean, think you're Iron Man and Tony Starks and the Avengers because you're impressionable. You need guidance. You need help. You need time to figure it out and get some ground beneath you. And I feel very I feel very sad for his son, only because of the fact that I feel like he obviously he's not my child. More passionate about shielding him and not letting him be exploited. And then you come out, weeks later, a couple, maybe 2-3 weeks later, after Easter, talking about you was putting on the heels and you liked it. You was putting on the makeup and you liked it, putting on the dresses and you liked it, and not just really implementing and, just monkey see, monkey do, because as a kid, you don't know what you're doing. You have no sense of sexuality. It's only until you start getting around friends and seeing certain cartoons where they subliminally put shit in there. You say, damn, SpongeBob, I'm watching the Family Guy and certain things like this. They talking about adult shit. You know what I mean? And it's implanted in you. And if you don't have an adult to put those barriers and say, oh, nah, that's inappropriate, or that's not what we're dealing with now. I mean, again, 14, doing what he wanted to do. I thought that was very, very interesting. Let's get to this other shit, though. Unfortunately, let's talk about ASAP Rocky. He's back in the news. And the police are now saying, unfortunately, because at first it was like, yeah, dude saying he shot him, got grazed, maybe kind of, sort of. You either got shot or you didn't. Like what's Birdman? We done or we done? Like, we finished or is we done? Like, did you or is you? And so now they're saying they got footage of him busting off. Like, we be running from the cops, busting off shots. Shit is deep on the block, and you got me locked down in this cold, cold world. That's a Liquid Swords Genius reference. You know what I mean? Cold world. Now they're saying they got video or some type of footage, maybe kind of, sort of, that is him licking off shots. So they went to the crib a couple days ago or whatever with the warrant or whatever they did in his LA crib, found a few guns. But this was the good thing for him, because when I first seen the clip, I was like, damn it, man, they might be setting this nigga up. Like, know what I mean? Maybe he didn't do enough wearing that dress or whatever them people, when they play them horns and shit, them little type of dresses, because that's what they was kind of saying, you know what I mean? There's one of those, I forget the name of what they actually call those kills or whatever, that those people be, the Irish or whoever wear them joints. But it was, if you ask me, it was a dress, you know what I mean? Anything long like that and just, you know what I mean? Nah. But anyway, maybe he ain't go through the door. You know what I mean? Nori, like, you can go to one door, go to two doors, or you can go straight. I'm like, all right, maybe he dodged the bullet, got with Rihanna, etc. But then they like, nah, they found mad guns. But now it's coming out that none of the guns is the guns that licked off them shots, which is good for him, because I don't want him to go to jail. I've been on the Yakisobe line a few times, and I know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail. I definitely know what it's like, so I'm not wishing that on him. Plus, the dude didn't get killed. He grazed them, maybe kind of, sort of. So they saying all the guns was legit. So that's excellent. You know what I mean? And I'm of the mindset, that is our constitutional right to carry. You know what I mean? Protect ourselves from foreign and domestic. And, unfortunately, you got the felonies on your jacket. You live in New York State or states where they prevent you from doing that. It's unfortunate. But the people that can carry, and y'all regular civilians, you ain't got no crazy wild shit on your record, I say go get them guns, go to the ranges and learn how to shoot. And a Styles P reference. Teach your kids how to read and write and use the Ruger, because the people out here that's not following the law, they got guns. They don't know how to shoot, and they don't give a fuck. And they will just shoot off at any given time, pop you by accident, although they were shooting at somebody else. So at least, if anything, you could shoot back and defend yourself. So I'm all for ladies and men and children of the right age. Yeah, if you in a state where you could carry and you ain't got no felonies and nothing stopping you, go get licensed to carry, and then learn how to use it responsibly just in case you got to protect yourself. So the guns was legal, so that's a good look for him. And they didn't find a gun, allegedly, maybe that popped the kid. So Rihanna bailed him out. She came and got him, and they saying because they can't find the gun, obviously the case is still early, that he might only get a year. I said, damn, that's, I mean, you may get out, you know what I mean, before your child is walking, or, you know, whatever case, you might get house arrest. Who knows? But again, you know, you don't want to judge a book by a cover. And I told you on the other video how people was like, oh, Lee, you don't look like, you know what I mean? And you never really know how people go and give it up until push comes to shove. And it's like, oh, nah, he's getting down for his all the way. And it's like, yeah, you learn the hard way, dumbass. You know what I mean? But this is why I want to talk about it, because that was good news. That was good news. Legal guns in your house, because I'm like, damn, you're going to be stupid enough to pop off and leave the gun in your crib and you going down. And that's you. But it wasn't him. So he dodged the bullet, you know, and who knows, maybe homie will have a change of heart instead of coming and showing up on the witness stand. You know what I mean? Niggas be having firm grips, now they drop names, and it was all good just a week ago. But what I wanted to talk about is, I just wanted to add that. Because it's like, seeing like the hits keep coming, or he got a black cloud following over him and it's too dark to see tomorrow. And they just had their baby shower, what people were saying. But then there's also some news coming out that a few weeks ago, or maybe a few months ago, and obviously when the rumors came out that he cheated on Rihanna, allegedly, that it wasn't with the shoe girl, it was with another girl, and then that came out to be wrong, the blogger apologized. But now this is coming out. Some lady named, let me get this right. Some lady named, what the fuck is her name? Oh, Jordy. Oh yeah, Jordy Jilly. Now she's a Instagram, I was about to say model because everybody's fucking Instagram models now. But she's not an Instagram model. But she is a mother of 3, 20, 19, and 17. 2 girls, 1 boy. The boy is 20. And she's a paddle boarding instructor. Forget where they originally from, but I guess now they live in Devon, right? So allegedly, maybe kind of sort of, she put up some receipts of the DMs of ASAP Rocky on the bat line, pickup line 3. Know what I mean? 45-year-old white joints that look half-assed, still decent. I want to fly you out to Ukraine. This is before the war, so this was a few weeks, you know, a few months in there. They've been warring over there for a little while. And side question, because people I don't really hear too much about it. They still got hostages over there, black folks. But you black? Because I'm hearing they had some Africans over there, people that look like me, even though I'm light skinned, over there on some hostage shit. And that's not really being spun in the news. But you do hear Joe Biden talking about giving $33 billion to fund the war chest. And the rabbit hole gets deeper, and like Tupac said, right, they got money to fund the wars, but they can't feed the poor. I'll leave it at that. Rest in peace, Tupac. We've been trying to let you rest, but Jada keep bringing you back, like reviving you like on Call of Duty when you die and you waiting, and your partner got to come before the life go out and revive you. And they be jumping up and down like this. Shout out to all the Call of Duty players, but she keep reviving them, you know what I mean? Keep your head up. So apparently, he was out there before the war, you know what I mean? And he was trying to get her to fly out there. And they've been trading back and forth, but according to her, let me get the video right. Let me get the shit right. She said, let me see. She said, there was no way I would have flown out to meet him in Ukraine. That would be crazy, but a lot of women probably agree to stuff like that. He's rich, and so people will no doubt come running when he clicks his fingers. But she's saying she didn't know who he was at first. Initially, you know what I mean? I don't know if she capping or not. You know what I mean? But she showed her daughters because it was a blue check. You know what I mean? And I think how much followers they say he got? That's on the other page. So he has 14.7 million followers. I didn't know that. And she only got 1,400. So the thing is, on the other channel where I first seen this story at, I seen like they was mad that she was outing them and putting his business in the street. Like, damn, you gonna kick a nigga while he down? Yeah, that's what people do. They kick you when you're down. And the thing is to try to never get down. And as long as you stay the same, it'll come back around. Hove, all right. You know what I mean? Hove reference. And the thing is this. You can be mad at her all you want. I finished reading the other little details. She had to ask her daughters who she was. She 45. She claimed she didn't know who he was. And I don't doubt that because like I was arguing with one of my homies, it's not like he got no mad wild hits. He got maybe 1 or 2 that I like, maybe 4. Like, you know what I mean? He never really made no impact. Somebody was like, yeah, he was running the mixtape circuit 10 years ago. I'm like, yeah, bro, that's 10 years ago. You know how much shit transpired in 10 years? How much shit happened in the last 2.5 years with COVID and the pandemic? Yeah, that shit is old news. You know what I mean? You ain't got, where's your hits at now? Where's your songs at now that people is rocking with? Where's your impact at now? I'm not saying he's not relevant. Obviously, he's Rihanna baby daddy. Like, you know what I mean? Soon to be. But she showed her daughters and they was like, oh shit, that's Rihanna's boyfriend or baby father, you know what I mean? And she was like, oh word? And so they've been texting back and forth a couple of times and he's like, yo, I got out of shape, would really love to work out with you, fly out, etc. Now I don't know why she putting out these DMs now, you know what I mean? And then she said she was playing with her daughters. And this is the line she said, I was having a laugh with my kids saying your mom, M-U-M, your mom, you know what I mean? Might be 45, but she still got it. Like they chasing, so I get it. You know what I mean? And we've all been in stitches about it. So they just laughing at his expense. And it's like, well, if you never was really interested, this is what the other channel was saying. I mean, I would say his name, but it ain't no need. You know what I mean? It's like, well, if you wasn't interested, what's the sense of putting the text out? Duh. We are living in a time where it's what? What else? If you rock with the channel, what's the next line? Right. It's all for fucking sale. And it's all for sale. That's why she put it out. Because this is the Truman Show. This notches her up a little bit. Like, yeah, because they say most of her posts on Instagram is in her in bikinis and post. And I ain't go to her Instagram. Haven't been on Instagram since Ramadan started. The only thing I've really been on social media is this, really. You know what I mean? To talk to the people and maybe to look at what's trending on Twitter. You know what I mean? But no posters and none of that. Try to detox and stay away from all that. But that's why she did it, folks. It ain't no secret, ain't no secret sauce. Your recipe is not special. You're not hitting with nothing different. That shit is the regular degular. Now sprinkle some moist dessert, and that's you. And that's most people, especially the women. This shit is all for sale. Why do you think she put it out? And that's one. And why you think her statement to her kids was, "Oh, mom still got it at 4'5". Like come back like Mike with wearing the 4'5". That's why. It seemed to boost the ego. Like, yeah, I got a nigga with a check that's supposed to be Rihanna boyfriend, aka soon to be baby daddy, jumping in my DMs. You think that don't put her up here? Far as her confidence and just her ego, it's a super stroke. Come on, imagine Holly jumping like Holly Berry. No, Jared Goff, Holly Berry the play call. Come on, she jumping the DM. Putting that all on, so like she jumped in the DMs. Like, and I'm being funny, but I'm not. That's like some celebrity hit, some regular degular. Yeah, you shouldn't put it all for sale. And most of the time you see women doing that because this is the era of screen recording, screen texting and shit. So you say one wrong thing, here they come with your word, trying to flip it and bounce it and get a chance to shine on your shit before you do. And I'm being funny when I quote the purple tape, but I'm absolutely not. It is really all for sale. So the thing is, ASAP Rocky, you just was out here in these streets looking bad. The Rihanna camp was ready to tear you to shreds. Like, oh, he better not be cheating on her. And she pregnant and woo woo. And some of the comments was valid. Obviously, she is getting ready to have his baby, their first baby. And you don't want to stress a pregnant woman out. So I get it. But y'all know my comments. And if you don't, you can go see the other video. And then you got people like, yeah, this is what she get because she settled. She settled for him. And I say, like some of the spaces in the men's favor, I don't agree with everything. She didn't settle. She got what she can get. She didn't settle. The people that she wanted didn't want her. And you can say, oh, that's burning my ears. But then I'll say, then why she not with them? Why she's not pregnant by them? Whoever y'all think she should be with, why she not with them? Why she not carrying their baby? Why is she carrying his baby? Because she settled? Is that what y'all really think? Or is let's put some logic on it and say, nah, she didn't settle. She got what she can get. And I seen on another channel, because yeah, I'm running through these YouTube streets and these social media platforms. Seeing somebody else like, yeah, she should have got with Leonardo DiCaprio. He didn't want her. He just wanted to have fun with her. The billionaire didn't want her. He just wanted to have fun with her. And that's what they did. So because that biological clock, and obviously she got enough money to freeze her eggs, to do all of the expensive shit just in case, she can't, time is ticking. She not like the regular degulas in the hood walking around that, can't freeze or can't do these different type of procedures for, utility and all that shit that women got to deal with some. She got the money to do that. So it's not like she had to rush to have a baby by him. She chose to have a baby by him. She got with him. She friend zoned him for a few years. She didn't settle. She got what she got because the people that she probably wanted didn't want her. I mean, you could slice it and cut it and try to spin the clip any which way you want. But that's just me. And the logic behind it is like, all right, you was with the billionaire. You're not a billionaire yet, but they say her company is estimated to be $1 billion or a little more. You was with Drake. He's more famous than him, obviously more established, more hits. Like the hits keep coming and will be, Who else she was with? Leonardo DiCaprio, obviously. Leonardo DiCaprio won an Oscar. It might have been for Wall Street, which is one of my favorite movies. And obviously he's the Titanic man and sacrificing his life in that cold ass water. You know what I mean? And he got WoW movies. He's one of the best actors, to do it, in my opinion, black or white. She was having a fling with him, swirling, divesting, or whatever the words that they use. They didn't want to be with her. Don't you think if they wanted to, she would have been with them? Or maybe she didn't want to be with them. But the point is, you get who you get. Or you could wait. You know what I mean? So a lot of women is like, she settled. But again, to the ASAP Rockies of the world, to the people that got the bag, and you made it, or you doing better than the regular degulas. You know what I mean? Whether it's 3%, 5%, whatever percentage you fit in. You got the blue check and you didn't buy it. When it hits you with the DMs, you want your blue check? Nah, I'm good. Why are you DMing regular degular women? I mean, why you don't? And I'm not saying he should be cheating and exercising his options like some people say in the other spaces. What I'm saying is have some more tact about your shit. Be a little more tactful. And then you speaking to Drake, you know what I mean? Who probably was hoping this nigga get 1,000,000 years. And I'm playing, but I'm not. You know what I mean? Because he still want Rihanna. At least he be acting like it. He got people to go, talk to the women and vet the women and, check the boxes so that you can't get exposed. Because this is the era, whether you like it or not, you like they're not playing fair, whatever. You can say what you want. But if you have something to lose and your name could be smeared and that can cost you money in the future, or, oh, by the way, just make you a baby daddy for real because they're supposed to be getting married and stuff like this keeps coming out, then maybe she will listen to the noise. Like, nah, this nigga making me look bad. You hollering at some 45-year-old, what's she do again? Paddling board surfer. Like, you want to fly out to Ukraine? What? Like, what are we doing? Greeny in the morning? What are we doing? This shit is more stupid than the butt fumble. Mark Sanchez, you running your face into this nigga ass. Like, are you kidding me right now? That's some bozo shit. And again, would it make it better if it was somebody else that was look better? Obviously, and I think it does, because what people do when you break up, right? When you're in a relationship, long term, when you had a little solid little thing for a little while, when you break up and the woman get with somebody better, her friends cheering, like, know what I mean? When you as a man get with somebody that's better, your niggas be like, yeah, people be happy. And they saying, yeah, you upgraded. But when you go down and you see your ex somewhere and it's like, damn, she with that nigga? Good luck with that. Like, and that's you. You know what I mean? Because you got the lesser. For whatever reason, people do judge and they look with the side eye like, oh, she's doing bad since she left the kid. You know what I mean? Or he's doing bad since I left his bum broke dusty ass. So it's like, yeah, you're going to cheat on me with a 5. And obviously for men and women, we both cheat for different reasons, sometimes the same. And as a person, I'm experienced on both sides. You know what I mean? Men and women cheat for different reasons. Sometimes it's the same. And oh yeah, men will cheat with anything. You know what I mean? For whatever reason. But it's like when you get caught or you get exposed and like, oh, you was dealing with some Lizzo, bitch, and there's no body shaming. But it's like people will say you went from that and you had this. And the woman, she look all right at 45. Obviously, she's in sports. She's a swimmer, so she's active. And after having 3 kids, she looked good. But was it worth it to get exposed? And now your baby moms, who happens to be Rihanna, who a lot of people would want to be with, you know what I mean? Hit me in the bat line, and you get exposed for that. And people are mad that she exposing them. And it's like, why blow up my spot? Because we both got hot. Now check it. I got more Mac than Craig than in the bed. Believe me, sweetie, I got enough to feed. No need to be greedy. I got mad friends with Benzes. You know what I mean? That's a big line. You played yourself, ASAP. You played yourself. Now, I hope it work out. Like, they just had their baby shower. Obviously, their baby is coming. But I seen that, and I said, damn, bro. You just random. You just texting randos. Like, you a swimmer, I like. And then, obviously, he got the tape out. Allegedly, maybe kind of sort of with the white joint. You know what I mean? When he was on, I love bad bitches. That's my fucking problem. So you get what you get, too. You know what I mean? Like, you get what you get. People debating whether he's high value or not. And obviously, he got more than me. He got more than a regular average person. Far as men, you know what I mean? When you say status and a couple dollars, he don't got more than her. But he got more than a lot of people that's talking shit about him. And I'm only talking about it so it can be a learning lesson. Because it's like, you should know better. You've been running through these industry streets for a while now. You should have better vetting systems. And I remember I seen something with Lloyd Banks, and he ain't been hot for a while. But obviously, he's like, yo, when the joints come to the crib, they phones and all that go in the bag. They don't get that shit till the next day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't gonna be recording the crib, and you see, what's the dude? I was about to say Terrence Howard, but not Terrence. Jay Terrence or whoever. The dude that was on 106 in Park. See him sleeping and snoring crazy, looking crazy in the face. And the IG model, her friend is playing Trey Songz, Bottoms Up, and they record this nigga, and it was a bad look for him. It's like, yeah, you smashing these Instagram models, but you getting exposed because you know what I mean, you on some bubblegum shit. Just because you got the bag and you got the money don't mean you got swag and you know what you're doing. I mean, after a while, you might get experience. You know what I mean? That's with anything. You play the field for a while, you're going to pick up some game if you're smart enough. But just a lot of times people be thinking because they got the bag and the Quavos and you buying Sweetie and Swaney, you know what I mean? Benzes and, no, it's not a Benz, my bad. Maybachs and all that, or Rolls Royces, you're bugging. And people that's been, you know what I mean, doing what they do, we looking at you like, what? Man, I got the money you got, but I would have never, ever, 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 ever played myself like that. Like, come on. And I played myself as well. You know what I mean? Came home, did a lot of floopity shit. Had the extra phone, no lock on it. Voice recording, talking on the line, phone in the pocket. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I did 10 and I came home and I wilded out in Vegas. And I lived and I learned, and some hard lessons was learned. You know what I mean? And you're like, damn, I played myself. So I know what it's like, and I'm being funny, but I do know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that I was right, and then I fell. But then you live and you learn, like, oh, if you're going to be playing the field and doing what you're doing, or you could just keep it a buck, because that's what people were saying too. Like, when you got money, more than the average, and a lot of women want you. It's just what it is. They want niggas like the baby. They get excited by that. Niggas that tough and got money, got the jury, and they in the public eye. So that's what they want. That's what they think they want. Till you get with them and he dog you out and he future you, make you the 12, 13 baby mother. Then you crying wolf like, damn, you know what I mean? And, you might get silence, you get a couple dollars, be quiet, baby mama. You know what I mean? But this is what happens when you get with, men that most women want. My thing is, obviously he with her, but for people that's like him, think of Devontae Murray and a slew of athletes, entertainers, and young actors, etc. that got the bag now. You don't got to be in no relationship and be monogamous when you are the man, literally, right? You're the man, because we men, ain't we? We men, ain't we? You the man, and you fit these categories of everybody's not where you at. So their options is kind of limited, and the more money you have, do open a lot of doorways for you, and it affords you the opportunity to be in places that the regular person can't be. And that's why when you see people that don't really have bread, that somehow know how to finagle their way in, it's like, oh, nah, he a shaker. You know what I mean? Because he in the room with niggas he shouldn't be in, and he made it just based off how he give it up. Maybe his charisma, maybe he's articulate, and his speech is eloquent, like sprinkle some sauce dust on it, and his speech is eloquent, and he can wiggle his way in and do what he do. Y'all don't supposed to be in these relationships. Supposed to be like, listen, I'm the man. I got the bag, and you can have the bag too, but I don't care about your bag because I got my own money, and you want me, and that's you, ladies. I'm gonna do this. Are you cool with that? You could be on the program, and that's that. You see Nick Cannon, I mean, I don't agree, and I did a video of him as well, as far as just having babies with different people and, you know, not being there, just sending money for your kids, and you think that's raising them because you fly on the jet and you pop up to the soccer game or the football game, but then you over here, and pretty much they just with the moms. I don't think that's good to be doing, and he could do what he do. But at least he up front, like, we're not going to be in no relationship. I just want to get you pregnant because I'm on a mission to have the most kids in history. I want to go down in, what is it, the Guinness Book of Records by having 33 kids, you know what I mean, by 33 different women. And that's you. Then you can sign on the dotted line and you can be number 21 because I'm working on 22 right now. It's no problem when you do that. But when you get in a relationship, a demand of, we just using high value. We talking about just having the bag because everybody don't got the bag. A lot of niggas are struggling out here. That's why people is getting robbed. You see, it's the nigga from Brooklyn. It's the nigga with the big, what the fuck? Fendi. Robbed 400 bandos. Like, 400 bandos in Miami just sitting in the duffel bag, your chains and all that. Everybody don't got that, and everybody can't get that. So if you can get it and you got it and you keeping it, you honestly really just set the rules. And whoever don't want to abide by them, okay, it's more women. Like Kanye said, it's 1,000 of yous, it's only one of me's. And all of y'all want me. So I get to pick and choose. No, not the first 100, negative. 200, negative. You're overweight, you're not 6 feet, you don't got a six-pack, you don't got nice calves, I like feet, I like teeth. You're eliminated. I get to choose who I want because I'm fucking Kanye West. And although A$AP Rocky is not that, he still get to choose. But what you do is you jump in the DMs of a 45-year-old woman, even though she look all right, talking about you want to fly out to Ukraine. Are you fucking crazy? Are you crazy? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And I don't think she's lying. Honestly, she got the DMs. She putting it on blast. That's what people do now. It's all for sale. You just played yourself crazy to me. And I'm wondering why. You already got enough problems on your head, you know what I mean, for you to be doing that shit. Get a better vetting system, figure it out a little more, and you're going to come out in your own way. But y'all know what it is. That's all I got for y'all tonight. It's your boy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in to my show, which is Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, so we do what we want over here. We authentic, not because we killed 100 people and took over 100 blocks. That feeling we bring always. Back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.